Hello and welcome to Say Plays. Today again I'm playing Mars Colony Challenger. This is a continuation of Phase 3. I think this is the third video for Phase 3 because it's a pretty long phase. And this is on Hyperia. I did play this mission and record commentary as I was going, but silly me had my microphone muted. So right now I'm just going to watch the video and do some commentary as I watch, because you know that was just brilliant of me to do like an hour's worth of video without realizing. So I'm gonna have to guess what I'm doing, and with my memory issues that could be funny. Looks like I have to do weather stations, a satellite dish, install a radio, and then portable transmitters. And you know, first thing I do is check all of my machinery inside the base to make sure everything's operating well. Make sure the water pumps are going and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why I paused here. I bet I was explaining something. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them. I will try to answer as best as I can. I think I was talking about cleaning out the filters on the water pumps, or the water... oh, whatever it's called. No, I'm just checking out the maps to make sure that I didn't, to make sure what equipment I had out there already. And I have a cat trying to talk to me now. So you might hear purring in the background. Sorry about that. So I'm checking out the drill sites. I don't have any. I do have a bunch of sample sites, and I'm going to get a lot more sample sites as this video continues. You'll notice I'm not really turning on lights or anything. I don't bother unless I'm gonna spend a lot of time in the room or just feel like doing it, but since it's early stages, everything's somewhat unstable, I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay. Oh yeah, and I tried to go outside without my suit on. That was great. Make sure you get your suit back on. Power it up, put it to 5 degrees Celsius. Which is kind of chilly really, but... And then you see, right as I do that, I get a message at the top left that says radiation leak in RSG Unit 1. Which means one of my generators just had a major problem that needs to be taken care of. So on top of everything else I have to do for this phase, I now need to go check out that generator and mess around with my power and everything. That is my priority right now with the radiation leak. I want to get that taken care of. And checking the vehicle, make sure what's in it, that it has fuel. And glancing at the garage to see what's there. So the radio and the battery, that's going to be used later. Actually, I'm not even sure I get to that in this video. I'm driving immediately to the radiation containment container thing, which I learned on other playthroughs from actually other types of hazardous material I had to deal with, that I need to put things in that. And the first time I played it, I didn't realize you could actually mount that to the rover. So I carried like a radioactive rock by hand in the back of my truck. And that probably wasn't the smartest thing for me to do. Now right now I'm trying to figure out how I need to position the truck to get it attached. I'm setting down the... Yeah, this is where I'm figuring out. First time doing this, I didn't realize that the truck needs to be entirely empty for me to move the containment box. So I'm gonna end up just leaving some stuff on the ground, which is fine. Nothing's gonna happen to it, and I will come back and get it when I drop off the box. I end up sampling the ground. Sample as many times as you can whenever you go somewhere. If you have the tester with you, it'll come in handy having a sample map laid out for when you need to start drilling. Especially if something goes wrong like this, where the generator messes up and I'm going to have to eventually make a new part from it, but I need materials for it. And unfortunately on Phase 3 you cannot drill because the drill is not available yet. Which you'll see what I do in a few minutes instead of that. This is where I drive the truck and realize, oh yeah, the generators are now on the inside, I guess inner courtyard of the station. For some reason they designed it where it's entirely surrounded. I do have music going in the video because that's what I was listening to while I was playing. It's kind of difficult for me to play a game that's very quiet and kind of slow paced without some music going on, so... Ooh, cat on mic. Okay. So here are my generators. They're not really labeled. But one of them's RSG1, the one I'm looking at is RSG2. Go ahead, check it out anyway. Actually wasn't sure which one was which. This is RSG1. It is turned off. It services and mouse over one of the pieces and it says that it's broken or... yeah, broken or something. Burned out, something. So you have to remove it, and removing is pretty much the same as adding a piece. You gotta adjust or redo parts as you go. So this thing can't be turned on at all, and the item I'm carrying right now is radioactive. So I need to get it through the base as quickly as possible. Which, you know, that's a lot of doors to go through, but I think I did it fairly well considering I have the truck parked out here with the containment thing in it already. And I should have dropped that before, but you know, it's fine. So that's mounted. I'm safe. You can see the top left, the little green bar that's filling up is my current radiation status. And now I'm going back inside to check to see what's running and what's not, because RSG1 was hooked up to life support, which means I need to switch everything on the power station. And it was a little confusing with all the numbers and everything. That's not really that confusing, it's straightforward, but I overthought it. So I'm going to be messing with this a couple times just to make sure I get it right. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm switching life support to generator number 2. And generator 2 goes to battery number 2. Except I'm switching generator 2 to battery number 1. And generator 1 I'm switching to the other thing, which is currently only hosting geology maps, the thermal or heating thing for the second section of the base, which may run for a while on the batteries. I'm not sure how long it was going to go, but I just dropped a temperature on that to about what I use for this suit. And here I make a mistake. The EVA's charge stuff is set up to take power from the battery 1, I think, or whichever it is. I end up draining battery 1 entirely by accident, which temporarily disabled life support for a little while and turned off some pumps and stuff, which I'll find out in about a little while. The game seems tough. There is room for error, as long as you end up fixing the errors. Alright, I'm just in the base checking what resources it gives me automatically to see if I had enough to make the part I need for the generator, and sadly it looked like that it did not have what I needed, which means all kinds of fun things. That means since this is phase 3, I don't have any drills, so I need to wait to get to another phase successfully so I can actually start getting materials to repair that. So things are going to be a little rough for a while. Here I'm double checking the power station because I got confused about it again. I can confuse myself a lot. It happens. So, what I need to do is put RSG2 on battery 1. Which I have it there. And for some reason... See, the ones on the left, it doesn't really seem to matter what you click. I don't know. I think I put RSG1 on battery number 2. So I really shouldn't leave them both on number 1. I hope I did. Or, I hope I put... See, them confusing myself again. I hope I put battery 2 on RSG1. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about at this point. I'm sorry for the slow progress here, but I was really worried that I was gonna mess this up. Cause it's just like me to put it on the wrong thing, and then I'll come back to the base and have like a really nice warm base, and we'll be back to like a really horrible atmosphere. So out we go. I'm gonna take the radioactive part, which is in the container. After I load the container, I'm going to move it back to where we picked it up. I don't know why I'm saying we. I don't know why I picked that up. I must have been tired? I don't know. I think I might have been really tired at this point. Phase 3 is exhausting. There's so much you have to do. I'm more partial to Phase 1 and 2 and Phase... I think 5 and 6? Maybe 4, 5, and 6, or yeah, Phase 5? I don't know. Whenever you get to start messing with your farm and fish and all that kind of stuff, that's really fun to watch and keep track of. And I'm highlighting the text because I have a neurological condition which kind of makes everything move all the time. Vertigo, disorientation, so it's like the world is moving weirdly for me. So I highlight the text to make sure it lines up with what I'm reading sometimes on a list. Nothing to do with the game, but good to know if anyone got confused to see why I was doing that. God, I really wish they would update the way the character looks. I actually did figure out how to change textures for this game, and I was tempted to make some higher resolution textures. I did get it to work with a few tests. I even changed normal maps and stuff. It was really not that difficult. It's just there's a lot of them, and it would take quite a lot of time. And it doesn't really look bad. I mean, I do feel immersed when I'm playing this, and that's good. That's exactly what I want out of a game like this. So I dropped off the containment thingy. I'm loading up my truck. It's kind of hard to see because it's dark, obviously. But Update my map just in case. I do that a lot. So, what I'm gonna do now is, I need to find some of the minerals I need. And I needed iron and copper, I think. Let's see, I'll probably check that in a second. Or I did earlier, I should have mentioned that. I think I was on a tangent. So I have some sample places, olivines, but nothing that I really need for that generator. And that is going to be my #1 priority, which is interesting because in other games, other missions I've played, I didn't have anything like that happen by the time I needed to drill, so I really wasn't sure what to go for, so I was just kind of going for random things. But this time I actually have a reason to go after a specific mineral. Man, it's so much easier to do commentary for this as I'm playing. I'm really upset that I had my microphone off. So I think I'm heading over to check out the magnetite, find a good source of that. Oh, I'm also going to set up the portable transmitters, which I have 2 of those left. I did set up one before. It's to the south of the base. And I need to set the other ones up so they kind of form a triangle around the base for the best coverage. But they also need to be pretty high up, so they need line of sight to the base to connect to everything. And those do become useful when you are in craters and stuff. You're trying to find or keep track of your map and everything. Magnetite 10.4. That's definitely what I'm looking for. It's dark and I'm driving. Yeah, the wear on my vehicle's getting higher. 24? It's not bad. Yeah, I really wonder if I should cut these videos down into the important parts, but at the same time, I'm also doing, besides just showing how everything works, I'm also doing these videos just so I can kind of have a record of playing or remember playing, just for the sake of memory. Here, I think I'm guessing that I should go into the crater. And we lost sample things. It's at 20.4 instead of 24. It's good to narrow in on where something is. Drilling can take a while. I'm actually not quite sure how long it's going to take to build that part. And as you can see, we dipped, so we no longer have line of sight to the base, so the last time I checked the map, I could not actually see my data, which I think is a little strange. I think in the future we should have sophisticated enough computers on the vehicle to keep track of the last data it's received, but I can understand how it's important to have interesting things like that for the sake of gameplay. That last one was 27. And remember, sometimes it is better to just drive instead of walk, because when you walk carrying something, your stamina does go away faster. And I think, I'm not sure about this, but I think your radiation level does not go up as fast when you're in the vehicle. It's 26.4, so that went down. So we kind of narrowed it to the ridge and just below the ridge. And here I am ignoring my own advice and running along with the sample thing. So I might have left the vehicle as a point of reference, I don't know. I'm still working on narrowing in on the high point of the magnetite. So it's definitely more near the ridge. And this isn't the only thing you need to do before you can drill. You're going to have to get essentially an underground radar reading or a seismic reading. What are those called? I can't remember now. Seismograph? No, I don't know. I'll talk about that when we get to that. And I'm testing up on the ridge again, am I? No. Oh yeah, I needed to set out the comm units. Since I'm going to be working in that dip, I decided to put this one here. I may end up moving it later, we'll see. That's the great thing about those, you can move them if they're in a spot that it doesn't really help what you're working on. Okay. Guess I didn't put it there, but wait. I don't really. Yeah, okay. I guess I did put it. Maybe I didn't have one to the south already. See, I just confused myself again and forgot what I was thinking about. One thing I did notice is if you leave the map open that doesn't have the connection to your base and you actually get in range of your base, that map will not automatically update to the other one, so that's why I keep opening and closing it a lot instead of leaving it open sometimes. I do wish I could just kind of like shrink it and move it to the side. It's not a big deal though. Before I put out the other two, I am heading back to the base to refuel the rover, as the fuel is at about, I think it's less than a third. See, phase 3 has already lasted nearly 3 hours, and it's been 30 minutes, 31 minutes for this session. It's quite a long phase. I think the first time I played, I didn't really realize how long I was spending on some of the phases when I said, hey, I should record everything. But too late now, and I'm gonna keep doing it. It just might. They might be slow in coming. Like a sloth at an orgy. That was a really horrible joke. Nobody was around to hear it. Oh. I always click that instead of the actual vehicle to fuel it. To fuel it, you just hit service. Nope, not service. Just hit fuel. Gosh. You know what I'm doing. And I am going to cut it off before the oxygen fills up all the way, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe that was what I was thinking afterwards, because I didn't want to deplete my base, because I'm concerned about life support inside the base. And I am going inside to check on everything, eat some food, that sort of thing. See, it looks like the scrubber is off. And I think everything turned off earlier when I was messing with the power station. Because I did forget to check it. So I turned the water pumps on. Batteries looking fine. Cleaning out the valves and filters on the separator. And also setting some... the green bar on the left was getting high, so I set it so some of the drinking water in my drinking canister would refill. And I can't turn that on right now because the Sabatier, I can't turn it on. It doesn't have enough hydrogen in it. Which is fine. That would just provide more fuel for myself. And since I just filled up, it'll be okay. A lot of times when I eat and my water isn't low, I get a drink anyway. I don't think it's necessary, but I don't want to have to suddenly get a drink when I'm out doing something that may potentially take a long time. And just for the sake of being careful, I'm going into the emergency life support room to deal with food and water. And I was probably explaining something there, which is why I paused. Who knows? Pressure warning. And that made me freak out a little bit because I thought the pressure was fine. Then I checked the air balance and the pressure is fine. So, not really sure what that was all about. Control T takes off the helmet, which, amazingly enough, if I still have the suit on and the helmet off, I can aim straight up and it'll arc all of my pee into a urinal. I am very talented, that's why I have this job on Mars Colony. It was part of the interview process? Process? I don't know. Always remember to turn up the temperature on your suit. And you can see my health went a little low, and I'm not sure how or when that happened. Clicked down to make sure I wouldn't mess everything up by opening the door if there was a radical change in pressure since the amount of time I was in there. It didn't seem like there really was, and for some reason I'm cleaning up the waste thingy. I guess just because I can. And I need to power up my suit. I think I'm doing one last check before I do that and head out. I didn't check the saboteur, but I'm not really too worried about it. Yeah, see, I looked at the EVA there. I'll probably fill it up when I get outside. It's amusing trying to remember exactly what I was doing. A little disconcerting to see how confused I get occasionally. And I don't charge up all the way, because I don't want to drain the battery from the life support. So now I'm heading out, gonna put out the other comm stations. The satellite dish is on top of the base. I really could have turned that on by now, I think. But for some reason I haven't. I'm not really sure why. I think because it's easy. I'm trying to get the painful stuff out of the way. Okay, since we're out, grab the geology tester and just test the ground anyway because I haven't over here. Spodamine. Spodemini. I don't know how you would say that. It's Greek, you say Penelope, Melpomene, Spodemini. Spodemini? And I'm just gonna put this on this hill as a nice hill. Base is in sight. and I'm not too concerned about these until I know exactly where I need to be drilling. I'm sure there's a much more efficient way of setting them up. I'm sure people are way better at this than I am. I love this. I'm probably explaining something because I'm like circling everything with the mouse, and who knows? I don't know what I was doing. This part would go way better, way faster with co-op with a partner, most likely. But nobody I know has the game. Let's see. Testing the ground some more. I know we're not at the drilling stage, but it is much nicer to go ahead and test the ground before you actually need to drill for anything, or before you can actually drill for anything. So I'm already driving here, I might as well take a few seconds longer and test it. It would be faster than driving all over the place again simply to test. Oh, at this point, I see this little rock thing down here, and I don't know what that is. I don't know, I was driving down here to test it because I thought it would be something interesting, but I think it's some kind of glitch. Yeah, see, I'm circling it with a mouse. I didn't realize I'd do that so much. And my cat thinks I'm talking to her because there's nobody else home, so she's hitting my leg a lot. Hi. Hi, kitty. So, this is some weird solid thing that I can stand on, but I could drive on weirdly. But nothing. Can't take a sample. I don't know if it's used for anything. I was a little disappointed. I thought I found something awesome like an Easter egg or something. That's okay. Apparently talking about the towers, one of them I need to set up, I think. So I think I'm just trying to get to the top of this hill to put out this last comm unit. Oh, keep bumping the mic. I rock the mic hard because the mic rocks me? No. No. So that wasn't much of anything there. Finally, got all 3 of those set up, and it's not saying on the work orders that it's finished yet, the set up portable transmitters part, because I need to get in the truck and actually update the map. The base needs to know that they're up. I don't know why I got out just so I could walk all the way over there. You know, the front of the rover looks like a weird smiley face? It's like he's grinning with braces on or something. Updating the map. Alright. Set up portable transmitters. Okay. Now I think I was gonna go back and turn on the satellite. How much more was there to this video? It looks like we've got 10 minutes more. Jeez. Oh, and here I start to worry about my power, so I nudge my temperature a little bit lower. You don't want to go too low, though. And remember, I'm not making a beeline for the base because that slope is a lot steeper than this one on the side. And it can and will damage your rover. And I really don't want to break the rover, even though I am sort of close to pace. I mean, it's in viewing distance, but walking speed in the spacesuit, it would take a while to get there. Though, honestly, I'm not sure how long it would take with if you truly took the gravity on Mars to account, because you could just get out and kind of hop crazily, probably. I don't know. It'd probably take practice. Could be fun, though. But... And now I need to move the other rover out of the garage, because I am going to fix it after I check this one to see if it's got more fuel. It doesn't, so just move it out. If you use the repair tools while a rover is in the garage, it is a permanent fix. If you use the toolkit while you are outside of the garage, it's not permanent. It's just a temporary fix. Alright, all the more reason not to break one, because if you break it, you have to walk all the way back to base, grab a toolkit, and get all the way back out to your rover, which yeah, I could take the second one. Either way, in the long run, I'd be walking to get one of the rovers back. I really don't think I would be happy just leaving it out there. Here are the repair kits, or toolkits, whatever. I clicked one and it gave me the other one. Kind of amusing. So to fix it, you just click service and then repair. And it's just like everything else. It's pretty easy. So that's fixed. Putting that down. And here I'm deciding what I wanted to do next. I've got the weather stations to set up. I think... Let's see what I do. I think I end up starting to load the weather machines into the truck. They are actually in that room right there. But since that doesn't have any airlocks, I can't use those doors. So I need to bring them out of this door. And for this you do need to watch your stamina because they are apparently pretty heavy. And I'm going to try to do it somewhat efficiently so I don't have to use the airlock so often. And I am leaving that door open on purpose. Also grabbing a propane because my health did drop earlier and I forgot to grab one. I have to run into the ELS room because I think everything's fine, but I am paranoid with that other generator out. Yep, everything's fine. That should regenerate some of my health. But yes, I am leaving that door open on purpose. It's gonna be easier to just stuff everything into that small room and then move it outside. If it was co-op, I probably wouldn't do that because it would block the pathway. And it'd be kind of a dickish thing for me to do. But then again, in co-op, this could be a lot easier. Well, faster at least moving 4 things. You'd only have to go 2 trips per person, but it can be tricky to start placing stuff when it's cramped quarters. And it looks like I've trapped myself in a corner. Awesome. And now I'm just gonna scoot this way, drop that, pick the other one up, and open the door, and we're good to go to just start putting these into the rover. I do need to take that geology tester out. I'm going to take that with me when I go put those out, because I still need to test for minerals. I don't know why I keep checking that. I must have been saying something specific. Okay, so that's everything. And what am I doing? Okay. That is everything I'm doing for this video. Thank you for watching if you've watched it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send me a message and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks again. There should be more of Phase 3 coming up within the next few weeks, and hopefully eventually we'll get an entire series of this finished from start to finish. Thanks for watching.